Good morning. No? Good morning, everybody. Well, a very, very warm welcome to you. I was going to say good morning. Oh, we have more people coming in. Good morning, everybody. I think you've done very well to have even turned out this morning because it's not the best of weather, but you've done it. Without any further ado, I'd like to hand you over to the chaplain of the Leicester Grammar School, Philip, who will be giving us this magnificent organ recital this morning.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. It's really, really lovely to be here at St. Peter's just to play for you. And thank you for coming in this really quite grim weather this morning. I'd like to start with a one-question quiz, which is, why is it appropriate that we're having a music concert today? Anyone know? Yes. It's St. Cecilia's Day, absolutely. St. Cecilia's Day, patron saint of music. And so my first piece will be a very short tribute to that. There was a piece called Ode to St. Cecilia by that's difficult to say, Ode to St. Cecilia by Handel. And there's a march in the middle of that that I've arranged for the organ, which is suitably upbeat and celebratory. And I'll go straight from that into my second piece. There are 6 pieces today, by the way. Straight from that into my second piece, which is a piece of music by Bach. Now, you may have seen in the news that 2 new organ pieces have been discovered by Bach this week. Did you see that? Well, I'm very, very excited to tell you that today isn't going to be one of those 2. Instead, I'm going to be playing a big prelude in E minor by Bach, quite a grand, majestic piece. Certainly the longest of the 6 pieces I'm playing this morning. So, firstly, a tribute to St. Cecilia by Handel, and then a prelude in E minor by Bach. you. I know that Bach is a bit of a Marmite character, so some of you will be thinking, wow, that was the highlight of the concert, and others of you will be thinking, thank goodness we got that out of the way, now we can move on to the fun stuff. You'll probably fit into one of those two camps. So we move on to something very, very different. We're going to move from Germany to France, and then to Holland. So with France, we're going to a composer called Louis Vienne, who was a Parisian organist at the turn of the last century. And he, a bit like Bach, he wrote a series of organ pieces going through all the different keys, the keys in music. They're called the 24 PS. I'm going to play number 5, which is in D major. It's a prelude, it's very, very short, it's very delicate, it's very quiet. I hope you enjoy that. And then we're moving from France to Holland. A composer who's not very well known called Hendrik Andriessen, 20th century. And he's written a theme and variations. He's one of those composers who's kind of known for one thing, really. And this piece is well known in the organist world, the theme and variations. It's got this kind of grand opening, followed by the theme, played quite gently, with some variations around it. And then the grand opening theme returns from time to time. So Vienne from France, and then on to Andriessen from Holland. Thank you very much. As I was thinking about the recital, I was thinking, well, we're here in St. Peter's Church. Is there an organ piece linked to St. Peter? And I spoke to my good friend, who's known to many of you, Simon Ainge, and it turns out that there is. And it's based on the hymn tune that's called St. Peter. The words, "How sweet the name of Jesus sounds in a believer's ear." Wonderful hymn, wonderful text as well. And it's a variation on that hymn tune by an English Victorian composer called Harold Darke. And he took this tune and did a short organ piece based around it. It's a lovely, gentle piece. I've enjoyed learning it. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to play the hymn tune first, and for those of you who don't know it, and then followed by the piece itself. You have to spot where the sort of lines of the tune come in. And then for my final piece, before it started over coffee, one of the ladies was talking to me saying she wanted an opportunity to dance in the concerts. So this is the chance. We're going back to France, and sort of a big sort of chorus. It's called Grand Chorus in the style of Handel. It's by a French composer called Guillemot, and it's a big piece in A form. It's kind of a minuet, so it's kind of traditional dance. But if you want to get up and dance a minuet while I'm playing, feel free. So we've got this short piece, tribute to St. Peter, and then a big French piece to round it off. And I hope it brings the concert to an enjoyable close.
ladies and gentlemen, I would just like initially to thank the catering staff, Judy, Angela, Wendy, Hilary, for providing us with the drinks and the food this morning. Also to Bobby for sorting out the acoustics for us. And Angela P for opening the church and making sure we were nice and warm. But our biggest thanks go to Philip, who has very kindly, very kindly and very aptly performed for us this morning. Once again, I'd like to thank you all for coming along in this horrible weather. We do have another concert in about a month's time, for which I don't know what it is. Does anybody know? I can't hear you because my hearing aid's on. Right, did you hear that, everybody? Good. So we look forward to seeing you all again in about a month's time. But I would like to point out that the church is open on a Sunday. We do have a service at 8 o'clock this coming Sunday, 8 o'clock service, 10 o'clock service, but also we do have Evensong at 5 o'clock, which I can thoroughly recommend. So thank you all for coming again today and hope to see you again in the future. Thank you.